Welcome back to the Mike and Athena show. We're just waiting for Athena to arrive. I think, oh, there she is. That's her car that just went by there. Do you see that? She'll be here in a minute. But until she gets here, we've arranged to have a great guest come, my good friend Veronica Giolli. I remembered it. Yes. And you have written a book, a work of fiction. And it's about, or you tell us what it's about. I read the cover, the jacket cover.
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me. And my book is about two Native American families, and Gina, and the main character is Gina and Sonny, and Gina commits suicide. And so Sonny is an investigator in San Francisco, and she goes back to her childhood reservation and looks into things, and she's a little psychic too. She has
wants to know
psychic.
why the person killed themselves?
Yeah, because
or
they
if
had
it was really a suicide.
Right, because they had a big argument. It was the first time they've had such a big argument, and Sonny was afraid that her friend had went ahead and committed suicide because of the argument. So she wanted to go back to find out what was going on. And
they're Indian, Native Americans.
Yes.
And so she goes back to the reservation.
She goes back.
That's
her child. Yes, it's her childhood reservation, and so there's a lot of things when she gets to Gina's home. There's a lot of mysteries and different things that she's finding that aren't quite right, and she's questioning, did she really know her friend at all? And so she go ahead. I can't even get it out either. She relies on Gina's spirit to help her.
It's a little.
To help her solve and find out what happened. And
she believes in some of the Indian cultures and customs
right.
that speak into the spirit.
Yes, and I bring that up because my son's uncle was a medicine man for Northern Nevada, and so the sweat and the sage, all the different things that I bring into the story is because I've lived it.
And you did a lot of research.
No, I didn't really. I didn't do any research on this book because I already knew everything. Yeah, I'm writing a second book that I'm doing a lot of research on. Yes.
So now one girl leaves the reservation and goes to the big city. Is that kind of she becomes a little more sophisticated?
Right. She's a fraud investigator with San Francisco Police Department. And so she goes back and starts investigating all these different things, and there's a lot of little subplots. Like Gina's sister is obsessed in love with her husband, with Gina's husband, and so they run into a lot of trickery, and then Sonny's life is in danger, and there's little subplots like her daughter, Sonny's daughter, finds out about her real father, and then they have a lot of accidents that happen and different things, alcoholism and there's just all kinds of different little twists and turns that happen.
Now, can you tell us how it ends?
No.
Oh boy.
I tell people, don't read the ending because you might as well get rid of the book because it's such a surprise ending.
Well, I love books like this that go and introduce a character, and you get to know them, and you get to know their backgrounds.
Right.
And by the time you're at the end of the book, you know them so well, you feel like they're your friends, or you know them well, and then it's over.
Right. And then I liked my characters so much that I started writing a second book with some of the characters because I just really liked them. I tried to individualize each character so that each one has their own personality.
Well, anybody who reads the first book and spends that much time on learning all about the people and the characters, you won't be able to help but to get the second book.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. How's that going?
I'm just starting it, and so it's going pretty well. Yeah. And
I'm always interested in the process. Do you chart it out or something like that, or do you just sit down and start writing and see
Some
what
people
happens?
do. Each person has a different take on it. Some people sit down and write a whole outline on it, and some people write one chapter and then they write another chapter, and then not necessarily in order. And I don't do that. I have to get, as my critiquing groups would tell you, because they're sick of me, the first page, but I have to have the first part correct, and then I just go from
Then
there.
just flows,
I go
yeah.
chapter 1, chapter 2, and I have to do it that way. And I tried to do it other people's way, and
Well, some people have the mental capacity to be able to track all the characters and who's
Right,
what and the
right.
relationship, and you obviously do.
yeah.
And do you have the story like done, or
Well,
you
I
make up the
already
story in
knew.
your head as you-
I already knew the beginning, and I always knew the end. And so when I first retired, I took a creative writing class, and I had told my teacher, I said, she asked me, "What are you writing? Short story, a novel?" And I said, "Oh no, it's a novel."
It's a novel,
And she said, I said, because I have the beginning, here's the middle, and I have
Here's
the
the end,
ending,
yeah.
you know. So
Fill in the blanks,
after-
yeah.
she goes, "Well, I think you might want to write a little more than 12 pages." So, because I knew nothing. I knew nothing. So if there's people out there that say, "Well, I don't know anything about writing, but I always wanted to write a book," just sit down and write it
writing,
and
yeah.
get a hold of critiquing groups. I wouldn't have been able to finish this book
Without a group to critique
without
it,
my critiquing book.
That's
group.
such a great thing about social media now, is you can find groups and networks and stuff that maybe 20 years
Right.
ago, where would you go
Oh,
as
right,
an author?
right.
So I say this, is anybody could write a book, but few people can finish writing a book. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true.
And
I've started a lot of books.
yeah.
I've started a
And
lot.
then once you're finished writing it, what happens? You have to get it published somehow, which is, I
Yes.
think, easier now than 20 or 30 years
Right.
ago.
Well, before I think before kind of self-publishing had more of a bad rap,
Yep.
and but like for me, I didn't go with the agent or even try to find one, because some of them take so long getting
Yeah.
back to you, 2-3 years. Well, I'm old.
Yeah.
I can't afford to wait that long.
They only have 2 or 3 more years.
Might
So
not
can
have
you tell
it.
us about the process of publishing it?
I went with the Create Space.
Okay.
And
I've heard of them, yeah.
you get to, my editor put it in the format for me. For Amazon, it has to be in a format of a PDF.
Yeah.
And on Kindle, it's on Kindle too, and they want it in just a Word.
Word document.
So you have to do the both of them. And I picked the colors, and I'll show you. And my son,
It's beautiful, by the way.
my son, he painted this for me. He had
That makes it pretty special.
well, he was where he was in the Bay Area. They gave him canvases to paint, and so he just painted that. And I looked at it. I said, I could use that on my book.
cover, there you
So
go.
I just put it right here on my book, and
And does he get a
I
little
really
credit
like-
in there? Cover by?
my editor gave him a little credit. I didn't give him any credit. She says, "Oh, that's not right. Put his name on there."
Put it on there somewhere.
Yeah, so he's in the front page. Yes.
Now the editor takes and does the layout. The editor knows how the pages are supposed to fall and stuff. For the
We do that for the she does the wording and the commas and all of that. And then the printing is up to like Create Space.
Create Space does
Yeah,
that.
they did all the printing of it. And then they send you a proof. And there was a lot of mistakes. They had dropped 8 pages, and
Oh, wow.
so we had to go back. And you find a little bit of mistakes,
Yeah.
And but I really like it. I like how it came out. I'm going to be doing talks now at the libraries. I'm on the 23rd. I'll be at Leo Politi Library, and on the 24th in the evening, I'll be at Woodward Park. And then on the 5th of October, they're having an art hop at Gazebo Gardens, and I'll be there.
Oh, good.
And I just came back from Quincy, California this weekend. I did an author talk and a book signing there. So I'll be doing book signings and author talks at these places.
And the genre isn't really a Western. It's more.
no,
what would you
it's
say?
not a Western at all. No.
Well, it's in a modern day time.
It's in 1985.
85, okay.
There's no cell phones.
No cell phone, okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do some of our viewers remember that?
We have payphones, so that's why even my critique group said, "Well, why are they using a payphone?" I said, "Because it's 1985." So yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
could you read a book, or have I lost your place for doing that?
Well, no, I could read. I'll just read the very first, and how it starts out. And these are my beautiful
That is nice.
bookmarks, aren't they
They're
beautiful?
absolutely beautiful.
And the book barn does those for me. And so this is Whispers in the Wind. It's Sunday, March 1985. The wind is coming. I feel the cold air. My hair is caught up, whirling round and round. The wind is taking me. My body's light as air. What's happening? I choke on my own blood. Did I hear a gunshot? I smell gun oil, hot metal. I'm rising. Stop. What's pulling me? Where are my boys? Where am I? Am I dead? Help. Someone help me. Sonny, what's happening to me? I want my boys. Where are my boys? You know I would never leave them. And Gina's spirit rose with the wind. And then it starts chapter 1. Monday, March 1985. Sonny reached out to touch the pillar of fog as it formed into the familiar shape of her best friend, Gina. It was cold as it curled around her hand before the vision dissipated into the wind. The phone on her nightstand startled her awake. She stared in fear at the receiver before picking it up. Gina's husband, Jesse, delivered a brief, beautiful message. Gina killed herself. And that's the first page.
Oh my gosh. You know, for an author to be able to capture the, life leaving the body is incredible vision. That you're able to do that, and who knows what really happens, and you get to believe it when you hear it.
Right.
And then Sunny had a vision of her own.
Right. So Sunny's has a lot of psychic abilities, and her belief in her culture, her Indian culture, in the customs, helps her to be able to contact Gina's spirit. And what she does is in the wind, she tries to bring the wind when she's walking, she's doing different things. She'll able to get a hold of Gina's spirit.
Oh my goodness!
And Gina helps her solve the case. Yeah, helps her find out why.
And it starts right off with that, introduces it
right
off at the
right.
beginning. Now let's get to the important business. How can people get this book? Where can they go? Do you have a website or?
Yes, I have a blog, and I have it. They can go just Amazon.com/Veronica Giolli, or just put Veronica Giolli.com, and it'll take you to my blog. And also, I'm going to be, like I said, at the 2 libraries, the 23rd and the 24th, October 5th. You can come to my author talk and ask me any kind of questions. I love to be asked questions. And October 5th, and then in December 7th and December 14th, I'll be at Clovis Library and at Betty Rodriguez Library. So
So are these all posted on your page, your web page?
Yes.
Yeah. So
yes.
if you want to know where you can find,
it's on my Facebook.
Veronica, right? Veronica.
Right. And
on the Facebook, go to her Facebook. Type Veronica. I bet if you type Veronica Giolli in the search, you're going to find the web page or the Facebook.
And you can also go on Amazon, Amazon/Whispers in the Wind, or my name, and it'll draw up with. Now there's quite a few Whispers in the Wind, but I always say it's the purple one.
The purple Whispers in the Wind. It is a beautiful book cover.
Yeah.
And your son did the artwork on the cover, and so you can find it at Veronica's webpage, VeronicaGiolli.com. Or just in Facebook, type Veronica Giolli, and you'll find her very quickly. Or go to Amazon.com and type the name of the book or the author. Or I'll tell you what, if you can't find her anywhere, call me and I'll put you in touch with her somehow. it's fascinating to go hear these talks at the libraries and hear the author and be able to ask the author questions. So go to those events and meet Veronica, get her book, get it autographed. That's always fun.
Especially if you've ever wanted to write, you want to know about it and different things. But I love to have people come and ask me questions.
That's the thing. Like, anybody could write a book, but to finish one and get it in print and bound and out into
and
the
you
market
just don't
is
do it right
incredible.
away, you know.
So you could ask somebody who's done it. You didn't do it overnight, I'm sure.
No, it took me many years. Well, I didn't. When I first started, I wasn't really thinking about, well, I can write this novel and everything, but I just kept writing it and writing it. It got longer and longer, and then finally I went ahead and went to critiquing my critiquing groups. I've been to several, belonged to several critiquing groups, and they really helped me, especially the last 3 years.
Were they brutal sometimes?
Yeah, oh yeah. They always say, well, I like this and I like that, but if you just move this, or if you don't, you know, or it doesn't fit, or what's going to happen here, you know, and without them, without my critiquing group, I wouldn't have been able to finish my book. And my editor is was and teacher, mentor, I call her. She lives in Reno, Carol Peterson Perot, and she has many books out.
That's great.
You know, yes.
Super duper. Anything else you want our viewers to know?
Well, no, they can just order my book on Amazon, or you can get it for your Kindle if you have a Kindle, and you can come see me at these the libraries. The closest one's going to be August 23rd, and then 6:30, and at 7 o'clock at Woodward Library on the 24th. So, yes, I hope they come see me.
Listen, keep watching Mike and Athena Live, and we'll be back. Thanks, Veronica, Giolli.com for coming, and we'll be back with more information right after these messages.